Hello, my name is Julian Yepe, part of the 2019 summer EFWA team. This is a video on user story EFRT-1700 on auto scheduling terminal and server. So as you can see here in the controller, this is where it all starts for the web API function. Here we have server ID, terminal ID, force ID, and expert ID. Server ID and terminal ID are both optional parameters. If you don't specify a specific server or terminal, you can just pass in 0, and the logic will handle those different cases. Here we see that I call the auto schedule method. If it didn't start, return the status code. If it did, return this, the terminal started. So in the auto schedule service, we can see where here we have the checks to see if server ID and terminal ID were supplied in the parameters. If server ID and terminal ID are not specified, then it will call this method. If server ID is supplied but not the terminal, then the server selected function will be called. If the server is not supplied but the terminal is, it'll do this one, of course. And if both terminal and server are selected, it'll go into this method. So the way it works, let's just go in here for a quick example. Let's say no terminal and server is selected. First thing we would need to do is find a suitable server. So the way we find a suitable server is we get all active servers in the database. If there are no active servers, then we would just return null. We also, once we get the server, the list of active servers, we need to find the server that has the highest amount of terminals available, and that is done with this logic here. And once that's done, we return that server. Okay, yes, so we have that server here. If the server is null, then we return false, that it wasn't able to start. We also need to get a terminal to use on that server. So if the server is null, then we return null. If not, we would find, this is the logic to find the terminal on that server. Right? We wanted to make sure that it's connected and that the connection status is not stopped. And then also we set the start terminal parameters here, right? All the required parameters to start the terminal, and then we call the start terminal method, right? And then that will return, depending on whether it was able to start the terminal or not, return true or false, which would then go all the way back to our controller. Okay. We can also take a look at if a server is selected but not the terminal. Just as another example. See, we get the server ID, so we have our server. If it's not null, if it is null, the server that was specified, if we couldn't find it in the database, then we would just go back to null terminal or server selected. If we did find it in the database, then we would find a suitable terminal on this server. And once we do that, we would set our terminal parameters. And once we set our terminal parameters, we would call our start terminal method, which is here. So that's how the auto scheduling works. There's also the logic for terminal selected and not server selected, or if both terminal and server are selected. There's the logic for that has also been implemented. I can also just show you that really quick without going into much detail. It's pretty much same concept here, and also if both terminal and server are selected, then it would execute this logic here. And that's about it. So again, this is my information. If you need to get in contact with me for any emails, again, my name is Julian Yepe, part of the summer 2019 EFWA. Product owner and mentor Masood Sajadi, and here's his email should you need to contact him for any questions. Thank you very much.